Hey there, welcome to this video, and in this particular video I'm going to announce the complete React series. So yes, this is the first video in this particular series where we learn React in a completely hands-on way. Alright, and it would be completely in my style, wherein we would cover everything you need to know about React right from scratch. So it's going to be a very exciting time, okay, and this is the first video where we cover few things about React. Now, all the video, so whatever concepts that I'm teaching, everything I'm breaking it down into individual videos and I'll be adding it to a playlist. The link for the playlist you can find in the description below. So be sure to read the description to get the link to the entire series. And yes, this series is available here for free. Alright, so what are we going to cover? In this particular introduction video, we are going to cover what are we going to learn about React. I'm going to show you the entire syllabus, okay, what all topics we are going to cover, what you can expect from this particular series, all of that. And I'm going to explain how this particular series or what are the benefits of this particular series and learning React from here. All right. And before that, I want to quickly talk about some updates as to what has been happening. Okay, so I want to add a couple of updates which would be useful for you all, and I want to make sure that you are aware, or everyone who is subscribed is aware of what's happening. Okay, so number one thing, I have been working on adding the front end to my best-selling course, which is Java Spring Boot Professional E-commerce Project Masterclass. Okay, now this particular course covers how you can build a professional e-commerce application using Spring Boot. Okay, that is what the title says, and it actually delivers on that. Okay, the course is really comprehensive, and it's so comprehensive that students have loved this course so much that it's now the bestseller. Okay, it's now the bestseller and rated around 4.7 stars. Okay, it's also part of Udemy for Business collection. Okay, and this course is available on Udemy, and I've hosted it on Udemy because Udemy just provides the right tools for creators like us to publish and update and manage the content. Okay, so I didn't stress upon creating my own platform. Udemy is also affordable, and a lot of my students are already over there. They have an account there. So it's best to sell courses from Udemy. Of course, they take a cut, but that's absolutely fine. The goal is to provide affordable, high quality education. So this course covers a lot, as you can see. I did an announcement previously as to what it covers. It teaches you professional Spring Boot development, wherein you go from scratch. Okay, so I cover all the basics. What is REST API? Everything from scratch. You just need to know the basics of Java. Okay, and I'll teach you everything else, like what are APIs, how they work, what are the things that you should know about API. Then we cover Spring Framework first. So we don't directly jump into Spring Boot. I first teach you what is Spring Framework, things that you need to know before you learn Spring Boot. Okay, so after we are done with the basics, we then jump over to Spring Boot, and then we cover a lot of stuff. Like you can see, everything is professional. Okay, like validations, how can you reduce the boilerplate code using Lombok, what is JPA, working with multiple entities, relationships, pagination and sorting. This is one of the common things that exists today. PostgreSQL, managing products, what is Spring Security. So people have appreciated this section a lot. Spring Security, how to implement JWT tokens, how to implement cookie-based JWT tokens. I cover different scenarios, all of that. Managing user profiles, how can you manage user profiles, implementing your own custom authentication. So of course, there is a default authentication mechanism. If you want to customize in future, how would you do that? Okay, shopping cart, databases, different databases. I cover PostgreSQL and MySQL. And if you learn these two, I think you're all set to use any sort of database. But these are like the databases in 90% of the cases. These are the two most popular databases in the world. Okay, addresses, order payments, and then deploying on AWS and all of that. So I cover a lot of stuff over here. Okay, there are a lot of students who have enrolled into this course, and you can see, you can find a free, like not free coupon. Okay, it's a lowest price coupon, I would say. And you can enroll for free in this particular course with Udemy for Business subscription. Now, in this particular course, what I'm doing is I'm bringing in next set of updates. Okay, and all my courses comes with the promise of staying relevant, and having all sort of future update and a lot of content. So keeping to that promise, I'm adding the front end part. Okay, so a lot of students requested me that, hey, you're teaching the backend, I want to learn front end as well, and I want to know how end-to-end application works. And this is where the front end application using React comes into play. So I'm working on this actively. Expect it to release like next month, or so. I'm actually working on that. I don't have a timeline as of now, but I'm trying to release it next month. Okay, hopefully it's right now it's on track. Okay, and once I'm done with this, I'll happily send out an update and announcement to everyone. Okay, and yes, I forgot to mention, this course comes with lifetime access to all the future updates. So students who have enrolled into this, thanks a lot, because you will be receiving all the free updates and all the free changes that I'm doing for you all. All right. Also, if you have a Udemy for Business subscription, there is no need to pay for this. Okay, although the payment is really low. Okay, hardly like in India it sells for like 500-600 rupees, and if you are based in United States or abroad, it sells for around 10 to $13. It's not beyond that. Okay, so and this is of course using this particular coupon over here. So if you use this particular coupon, coming onto this link, I keep updating the link of coupon over here. Once the coupon expires, I update it, and this is exclusively for my subscribers. Okay, so you get to enroll at the lowest price, and if you have a Udemy for Business subscription, you can of course enroll it for free because your company pays for it. All right, and yeah, just an update on this, and what all you get with this, you get access to IntelliJ Ultimate Pro for 6 months for free. Okay, future updates, like I said, and you build a real hands-on project. It's not fluff. Go check out the reviews. It's very highly rated, and a lot of learners have also secured jobs using this particular course. Like it's valuable is what I got to know after launching this, and it has a refund policy as well. It is backed by Udemy's money back guarantee. All right. So yeah, this is a course that I'm updating right now, and I'm working on it along with this series. Okay, so you will see the updates coming on to this course, and I'll send an announcement once I'm ready with the updates. So that's one thing with me. Another thing is I'm planning to bring in more front-end project courses with Spring Boot microservices. So I already have a course wherein I teach you how to build a job application, right? And it's a very basic job application without a front end. Okay, it covers a lot of concepts on Spring Boot microservices. So I plan to add a front end to that application and possibly extend the functionality as well to Spring Security. So that's the plan. Okay, if you have any sort of idea, so this thing is not finalized yet. I'm still ideating on this. Okay, but if you have any sort of ideas as to what kind of projects I should bring in, okay, feel free to leave a comment below. Okay, one of the project ideas I have is a food delivery application, like backend and frontend for food delivery application using Spring Boot microservices. Okay, so that's also in the thoughts. I have not yet begun working on this, but this is yet in the ideation stage, and I plan to work on this and release it. So that's the thing. Any sort of inputs on these two things, feel free to comment below. Okay, the first one is something that I'm actively working on, and this is actually in the ideation stage. All right, so this is about the update right now. Okay, and coming over to the React course over here that we have, the React series, what all we are going to cover? We are going to cover a lot. Okay, so we'll begin with React. All right, now for React, you just need to know the basics, or I should say you should know JavaScript. Okay, there are a few concepts that you need to know, and I also have a complete JavaScript course which you can find on the channel. So if you search for JavaScript on the channel, you'll find a complete, I think, 12-hour video. It's a very long video, and it's available for free, and it's super high quality with real projects, hands-on lectures, everything. All right, no catch. So you can watch that for free if you wish to. Okay, but you need to know JavaScript. Okay, we'll begin with the introduction to React. We'll start talking about fundamentals, JSX, components and props. We'll go head over to hooks, and then we'll cover a lot of hooks like use effect, use ref, states, use context. Okay, so this React hooks comes with use state hook as well. Okay, so we cover use state over here, use ref, use context. We have a project. Okay. Custom hooks, how can you create custom hooks, working on the APIs in the React hook forms, CSS with React, React with Tailwind CSS. I'm going to also cover routing with React and Redux. So I'm covering a lot. Okay, it's a complete in-depth course. You'll find a lot of knowledge over here if you watch these videos. Okay, and this is not going to be uploaded at once, but I'm going to break it down into individual videos because I'm working on this as well. Okay, so as I record the videos, I'll upload it, and you can find new videos every week on this channel. Okay, I plan to upload 1 or 2 videos which cover 1 or 2 concepts in depth for React, and it's going to be a long series. Okay, so stick till the very end. Okay, because there's a lot of knowledge I don't want to rush through, right? And yeah, the benefits of this particular course is you'll get timestamp in the description. Now there is a reason why I'm providing this. Sometimes it happens that you are watching a course and you're familiar with the concept. You want to skip that. So timestamps help in that particular scenario. Okay, it also helps you give a quick glance of what is covered in the video. So that is something I take some effort, a lot of effort I would say, because creating timestamps is not easy. You have to go to individual point in the video, and you have to make note of the timing in that particular video, and you have to create it manually. It's a manual process. Okay, so yeah, I really appreciate, I am proud that I'm providing this on my channel. Okay, it takes considerable amount of time for me to write timestamps or create timestamps for you all, but it's helpful, I know, because if I watch any sort of videos, okay, I cannot imagine watching them without timestamp if it's long, and most of my videos are long form content, right? So they are lengthy, and I feel I as a student would love to have timestamps, right? So that's the reason why I provide simple examples. Okay, I don't make things complex unnecessarily. I've made sure I've broken down the concepts into simple and easy to understand manner. Okay, so if you're a beginner, don't worry. My goal is to make things 100% easy for you all. Okay, so examples that are used are really very simple. Hands-on lectures goes without saying. All my courses are hands-on, so lectures are also hands-on, right? And you can actually build things while doing. Okay, and the last point talks about the same. We build projects time to time to reinforce learning, so there are lots of projects also included. Okay, so that's the syllabus. Okay, and this is what I'm up to. All right, oops. So this is something happened. Okay, so this was the update, and yeah, if you're interested in my Spring Boot courses, I would encourage you all to head over to embarkx.com. Over here, you can find the Java course, the Spring Boot course, Spring Security course, and microservices course. So if you take a look at the Spring microservices course, this is a course that is there. It's rated 4.7 stars. And this is a course on Spring Security. This has also received a lot of love. It is part of Udemy for Business collection as well. And it's a very comprehensive course where we focus on the security aspects of Spring. Okay, Spring Boot basically. So you make use of Spring Security, and we configure each and every aspect of Spring Security. We go pretty deep. So 23 hour plus of content just focus on Spring Security. It's super in depth, and I just don't teach you things. We are building a secure notes application, which is highly secure. It makes use of multi-factor authentication, OAuth 2, and a lot of stuff. Okay, a lot of security features. You can see all of this. Okay, CSRF protection, JWT authentication, OAuth 2, multi-factor authentication, and it has a front end in React as well. So what happens is most of the people teach security in this way, where they cover backend. This is how you configure your APIs. This is how you secure your APIs. But how does this secure API, or how is the secure API consumed in the front end? That is missing. So I wanted to give you an end-to-end picture of how the APIs are being consumed in the front end, because that knowledge is also essential if you're applying for jobs, right? How is your work being used by a front-end developer? Okay, it gives you a holistic view, and I teach you step by step. Okay, there's no complexity at all. You just need to have the Spring Boot knowledge. And this first course of mine, which is the complete Spring Boot guide, is a prerequisite for this. Okay, so be sure to take this course first and then come over here with some knowledge of Spring Boot. That's all I ask for. Okay, because I directly start with Spring Security, and if you are not aware of Spring Boot in general, okay, it would be a little challenging for you, of course. Okay, but yeah, this course is right now rocking. These 3 courses, in fact, I should say. Okay, they are being loved by a lot of students, and I'm receiving a lot of feedback on this, that how these courses are helping them get the right jobs and enhance their knowledge with Spring Boot. So I'm thankful that I'm being able to add a lot of value, and thankful for your feedback as well, because that is what helps me with the right direction, right? And all these courses you can find on embarkx.com. You'll find the lowest price coupon. Okay, be sure to leverage the lowest price coupon. Okay, because I love to I love to help you all, first of all, and that's the reason why I give away these lowest price coupon. Okay, of course I could have had my own website where I could sell this at a very higher price. Of course, like lot other content creators are doing this. You all are aware of that. But the goal was to go with Udemy, because Udemy courses are very affordable. So yeah, since Udemy helps me provide high quality content to masses, I have hosted my courses there, and I love every bit of it. And my students are also loving it, because they can now afford, or they can buy courses for very lowest prices, right? So be sure to leverage this coupon over here. All right, now without a further ado, let's jump right in and let's head over to learning React. Okay, so I'm so excited to start React series with you all. Okay, also goes without saying, if you love the content, feel free to subscribe and hit the like button. Also turn on the bell notification icon so that you are aware of when I'm posting a new video. All right, and comment and let me know who you are, where you're joining in from, and whether you have enrolled into this React course, and whether you're following the videos religiously. I would love to know you. Hey there, welcome, and let us begin talking about React. So we'll talk about what is React, why such a thing exists. Okay, so here I'm on Google and I'm going to simply type in React. So the moment you type in React, you're going to be presented with this official website of React, which is react.dev. Now, before visiting the website, let me talk a little bit about what React is. So React is a library, as you can see over here in the description, and it is a JavaScript library. So if you are a little bit familiar of web development, or if you are a computer engineer, you will know that web essentially consists of HTML, then we have CSS, and we even have JavaScript. Now, what is HTML? HTML is nothing but the building block of the web. So if you right click on anything over here, like any element, these are all elements, right? So if you right click on any of the elements, if you say inspect, so I'm on Chrome and I have this option inspect, and let me take this down. So you are going to see all the code over here, and you can see all the HTML elements here. If I hover on any of the element, you're going to see the corresponding HTML element being highlighted. Okay, this is a div. So HTML essentially consists of tags, like you can see over here, div tag. Then we have h2 tag. These are all inbuilt HTML tags that browsers understand. So these are modern browsers that understand these things. Okay, so this is HTML. What is HTML used for? It is used to define the elements. Now what happens is, defining the elements is not enough. Okay, you need to beautify them. For example, like here you see this React is being highlighted in bold, right? Why is it being highlighted in bold? Because I've searched for React. Okay, there is a particular styling for this, right? You can see this is being highlighted like in light gray, which is a little bit different from this thing over here. This is a link, right? So this is being highlighted differently. So if I right click over here and if I inspect, you'll see this is h3, okay, and a tag. Here you can see a tag. So in HTML, you create links using the a tag. Now if you expand this a bit, here is where you will see all the CSS. You can see. So a tag, this is the a tag, and here you can see the CSS. The color is defined as blue. Now if I change the color to, let's say, pink, red, you'll see the color is being changed in the browser. You can see this is completely real time. If I want to change this to, let's say, yellow, which color do you want? Okay, so you can change the color. So this is how beautification is being added to web pages. Okay, so you can see beautification is being controlled by CSS. What this code is, you can see over here, this code is CSS. So you're saying for a tag. Now what is a tag? A tag is over here, which is, so if I hover on a tag, you'll see the corresponding tag being highlighted, or the corresponding element being highlighted on the left. okay, when you hover on the tag. So it's the this React text, okay, that is what it is. And here you have CSS for the same. So A tag, it says all the A tags. So if I hover on A tag, you'll see all the A tags being highlighted on the left hand side, right? So that is where all the A tags are being used, which means that is where all the links are being rendered, because these are all links, right? So I want all the A tags to be in this color. I don't want any sort of text decoration. That is what you're defining over here, okay? Cursor is being changed to pointer. So if I hover on this, you can see the cursor is being changed, right? It's being changed to a pointer. I can disable that, okay? Okay, it's not allowing me to override that, but that's fine. So the point is to understand what CSS is. You can see that live over here, right? So I'll try to bring it to the default color. It was something like this, okay? Yellow and green is not looking that natural. But you understand, like, this is CSS, right? Then you have something called as JavaScript. Now, what is JavaScript? JavaScript brings in life to the web pages. So any sort of validation you want to do in the web pages, any kind of pop-up you want to show, you can do all of that, okay? So if you want to see JavaScript in action, we can go to console tab over here at the top, okay? And this is the browser console. So here I can say alert, okay? And I can simply say hi here, something like this, okay? You can see hi. This is the alert. So any sort of validations, pop-ups, or any sort of dynamic things you want to do, you can make use of JavaScript, okay? So JavaScript adds life to your web pages, okay? Now what is React? React is a JavaScript library, okay? Let us head over to the website of React and let us understand why this thing exists, okay? Now let us understand how web used to work before React, okay? So what used to happen is, this is a web page, right? And you have different interactive elements over here. So I can click on the nav bar and I can go to another page. Now when you load a web page, HTML is loaded, CSS is loaded, JavaScript is loaded. Now when you switch over to another tab over here, again the entire thing is reloaded. So HTML is reloaded, CSS is reloaded, and JavaScript is reloaded. If I go over here, again everything is reloaded. Click on community, again everything is reloaded. So this is not efficient, you know, like every time, even though CSS and JavaScript does not change and it's constant throughout the site, we are reloading it, okay? And this is not good, right? This is not the efficient way. And we humans love to be efficient, right? And that is why React exists. So I'll tell you how React is different. So React is used to make single page web applications. Now what does it mean? So what happens is, you have this web application. This is a web application, right? This is a web page. It's a web application. It is going to have a frame outside. This is a frame. And inside, for example, it is going to have components. So for example, search is a component. These tabs is a nav bar component. Okay, you can create a nav bar and you can add like 4 buttons over there. Okay, this button is also a component. This is also a component. Then the center part is also a component. So this entire page has a frame, and within this frame you have components inside placed. Okay, now what happens is, if you want to switch over to learn over here, you can see the top thing does not change across the website, right? So why do you want to reload this? You don't want to reload this. You can just reload this bottom part, right? So with the help of this component based architecture, this became possible. So instead of reloading this entire web page, even though navbar is constant, you are reloading that entire thing, right? It is not efficient, right? It is consuming your data. It is consuming network activity. It is also consuming processing power. It is not efficient. So that is why this component based thing came into picture, where only the component where there was a change used to be reloaded. So if you go to reference, only this part will be reloaded. If I switch to this, only this part will be reloaded. So that is what is a single page application. So it is actually single page application, like one page, and the components are being reloaded. Okay, and they are being reloaded depending on where you are interacting and how the application is built. Okay, so that is what single page web applications are, and React is used to make these kind of single page web applications. Okay, So what Reacts allows you to do is, here you can see, it allows you to create components. Okay. Now, like I said here, this thing is a component. This thing is a component. All these things can be components that you have defined, and then you can have a frame, and within this frame, you can load all the components. That is what React allows you to do. Okay. And why does it allow you to do? So I just explained, because if you like go to reference, I'm just reloading this bottom part. I'm not reloading this nav bar. I'm not reloading this message at the top, right? Only this bottom part is being reloaded. If I click over here, only the things on the right side is being reloaded. You don't need to reload the entire web page every time, right? So that is what React allows you to do. It allows you to create components. You can create components. Okay. So for example, you can create search bar using React. You can create nav bar using React, and then you can define a frame, and within that frame, you can assemble all the components in whichever way you like. Okay. So that is what this thing talks about. Okay. So it lets you build user interfaces out of individual pieces called components. And it also has an amazing demo here on the website. Okay. So this website might change, the interface might change depending on when you're watching this video. But right now I'm seeing this kind of an interface on the website. Okay. If you come over here, they have this amazing example. So don't worry if you don't understand this code. Okay. What this thing is trying to highlight over here is there are components in here. You can see this is an interface. Okay. Our interface that you want to show. This is a video thumbnail. Then you have the video title, description, like button, and so on. Okay. Now here what you have done is you have created a component called thumbnail. So you can see over here, thumbnail, right? Then you have created a component called like button here, like button. You have a component called video. Okay. You can see. So this is the entire component video. You can see, right? So this is reusable, as you can imagine. Okay. So like button, if I want to use at some other place, I need to just make use of this tag. Okay. Thumbnail, I need to use at another place. I can just make use of this tag. Okay. And tomorrow, if there is any change in the thumbnail, I just need to make that change at one place and it's reflected across the app. Tomorrow, if I want to change how the animation of this like button works, or any sort of UI change over here, I want to change the color of like button. You just make change wherever you have defined this like button. So wherever you have defined this like button, you make that small change and you save it. It's deployed across the app. That's the magic. So reusability, as you can imagine, is one of the major things that is coming across. You can see over here. Okay. You can see whether you work on your own or thousands of other developers, using React feels the same. Okay. It allows you to seamlessly combine components written by independent people. Okay. And here you can see, this is amazing. You can see here. So using a little bit of JavaScript, it has rendered. So you created a video over here. Okay. This was a video that you created, and using JavaScript, you are rendering video 3 times. You can see 3 videos. Okay. And this syntax, this is a markup syntax that is known as JSX. So JSX is something that you will hear often when you're working with React. Okay. So this is about React and how it works. Okay. So I would encourage you all to just go through this website. Also, to give you one more example, a little bit interactive one, we can go to learn over here. And if I scroll down here, you can see this. Okay. So here what we have done is essentially we have created a function. So this is a function that is returning button. And let's say this can be any button. So right now it's a very simple button and it says I'm a button. Okay. But let's say if you need a sort of button that is specific in UI and message to your application, you can define it like this. And here what you have done is, here I'm like rendering this button over here. You can see my button. So I'll tell you what happens is when you're developing with HTML, you have like inbuilt tags. You have this H1 tag, you have H2 tag, you have H3 tag, and every tag has a meaning, right? H1 tag has a meaning. Like if you write anything using H1 tag, it is going to be shown in this way in header. If I replace this, and this is like a proper editor, so I'm allowed to change the code over here. So if I change this to H2, like so, you can see this will like show things in a different way. Okay. The font size is a little bit smaller. Okay. So every tag that is inbuilt in HTML has its own meaning. So here you can see this is our own custom tag. So React allows you to create your own custom tag. Here we have defined our own custom tag, my button. This is the function, my button, that we have defined. What is the definition of my button? This is the definition. So whenever you are calling my button, we are calling my button, we are using my button over here. Whenever you are using my button over here, this is returned and this is replaced over here in a way. Okay, so this entire thing is being replaced over here like this when this is rendered into the browser. Okay, so I'll just do Control Z. I can even prove it to you. So if I right click over here and say inspect, let us see over here what's happening. Okay, so I'll just take this down a bit. I'll scroll towards right. You can see here you are not seeing my button. So here actually we are writing my button in the code. But here you are not seeing my button. Here you are seeing this code being rendered. You can see. So what is happening is wherever you are using my button during runtime, this is going to get rendered. The definition of my button is going to get rendered. So let me replicate this. So I'll replicate this and you can see one more button was added. Okay. Now if I change the definition, I am a, let me say I'm awesome button. You can see it's reflected everywhere. Can you imagine this magic? Like, so you change at one thing, you change at one place, you change at one place and it is reflected across the application. So if you have any sorts of custom buttons, custom likes, imagine building Instagram. You're using like button at several places, right? And you have that theme to maintain. So you create a component, okay? You use it at several places, 1,000 places you use. You need to make a change to the component. No problem. You come and make a change over here and it is reflected across the application. Okay. So this is what, and you can make use of this component n number of times. So I can like just keep on rendering this and you can see the definition being substituted over here. So this is the benefit of React. So like we understood this, React promotes the usage of single page applications. Okay. You can make single page web applications. You can essentially create your own components. You can reuse those components. So it promotes reusability. You can, it allows you to maintain your code easily as well. So if you want to make a change, you make change at one place, it's reflected across. So it keeps things tidy. Okay. Also React is very popular these days. So if you search for React salary in your location, wherever you are from, you can see, so this is payscale.com for United States and you can see this is the salary right now that is getting paid to React developers. Even full stack developer are being paid well. So there are a lot of jobs that demand this skill set and it's important that you learn this as a software engineer. So whether you are a backend engineer, whoever you are, these days React is also being used to create mobile applications. Okay. So yeah, it's really important that you understand this stuff and start building stuff using this technology.